Are you over 40 and constantly exhausted? It's not your age. It's not willpower. It's a habit most people don't even know that they have. I used to think that my fatigue was just part of the deal, the normal grind of midlife. It's not just about getting older. I had a nightly routine that I thought was my reward. After the house was quiet, I'd sink into the couch, turn on some YouTube, and scroll my phone. I told myself that it was me time, but I was doing the exact opposite. I was stealing my energy from my future self night after night. I was trapped in a vicious energy debt spiral, and it was draining the life right out of me. Today, I'm going to share with you the hidden habit that was sabotaging my energy after 40, and the simple steps that I took to finally take it back. The energy debt spiral. For as long as I've been running my business, which has been about 6, almost 7 years now, my days have been blurred, just one into another without much of a break. I'm sure many of you can relate to this. The alarm would go off and I'd feel honestly, I'd been hit by a truck. My brain was kind of foggy and my patience were pretty much zapped. And that first cup of coffee wasn't a boost. It was pretty much a lifeline. And I know you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that 3 o'clock, the dreaded slump. That's where it feels like there's just been this heavy curtain fall right directly onto your brain. All I could think about was just crawling into bed. But of course I couldn't. I had to power through, run my business, and then switch out and go into family mode where we do some family stuff together, whether it be homework or making dinners or having dinners together. And all the while running on pretty much fumes. And then the strangest thing would happen. After a full day of feeling completely depleted, literally dreaming of coming home to go to sleep. The moment would finally come and I'd have that chance to go to bed. And what did I do? Yep, I'd fight it. You know what I mean? That late night quiet felt like the only time that truly, truly belonged to me. My day was a whirlwind of responsibilities, to my job, my family, to my house. But at night, that was the time to finally decompress. So what would I do? Well, I'd stay up. Watch one more YouTube video or scroll through some social media, maybe read a few articles, or just get lost in that glowing glow on my screen. I felt like that small act of rebellion. It was a way to reclaim a piece of myself. I honestly thought that I was doing self-care. In reality, it was self-sabotage. Each night I was taking out a high-interest loan on the next day's energy. And that next morning, I'd wake up in an even deeper hole. More tired, more irritable, more reliant on caffeine and sugar just to get by. This was the energy debt spiral. The more I rewarded myself with stolen time at night, the more exhausted I felt during the day, which only made me crave that late night escape even more. It was a burnout cycle. I couldn't see it when I was in it, but now taking a step back and looking in, I totally see it. Total burnout cycle. That part of exhaustion isn't normal part about getting older. It's your body waving a giant red flag saying, help. Help me. My turning point came recently while doing research for a video for this channel. The reason why I was doing that research for this channel was because I was noticing that I was snapping at my wife way more than usual. Yeah, I'm just making little mistakes at work and I just felt old. Yeah, I just felt old and somewhat defeated. So I started digging, researching why I felt so tired all the time. I looked into hormones, nutrition, exercise, the usual suspects. And then I stumbled across a term that stopped me dead in my tracks. Revenge, bedtime procrastination. Have you ever heard of it? Well, basically, it's the decision to put off sleep in favor of personal time. Usually because you feel like you have little to no control over your daily life. It's a psychological phenomenon where people who feel deprived of freedom during the day get revenge by stealing back time late at night. And just like that, everything clicked. It's definitely not because I'm lazy. No, that's not the case. And it wasn't a character flaw either, because I've never been known to be like that. No, it's like clear as day. It's a coping mechanism. I was starved for a moment to just be. Yeah, to just be. So much so that I was sacrificing the one thing that my body desperately needs to function: sleep. The habit wasn't just scrolling. The habit was the choice to choose sleep for freedom. And after 40, this habit becomes so much more destructive. Our bodies are already dealing with hormone shifts, changing metabolism, and a slower bounce back rate. Stealing time from sleep at this age isn't just a bad habit. It's like pouring gasoline on a dumpster fire. Why is this habit so uniquely draining for us, especially after 40? It comes down to a few critical things happening in our body. First, let's talk about cortisol. That's our main stress hormone. Normally, cortisol levels, they're supposed to drop in the evening, preparing your body, for sleep. But when you stay up late and you're in front of that screen, that blue light suppresses melatonin, which is your sleep hormone, while your cortisol rises when it should be dropping. When cortisol is high and melatonin is suppressed, your sleep quality tanks. This can throw your cortisol rhythm right out to lunch the next day, which is why your energy crashes and you feel that awful, anxious yet exhausted feeling. Let's be honest, our body after 40 just isn't as resilient. The hormonal changes, whether it's perimenopause for women or the gradual drop of testosterone for men. It just means that our recovery systems are already working harder, and sleep is our body's way of doing that critical maintenance. The repairing of the tissues, the consolidation of memories, and balancing those very hormones we were just speaking of. So when we cut that process short, we're robbing our body of its most powerful recovery tool. This is why that we feel that deep cellular exhaustion that coffee cannot fix. Think of your energy like a bank account. All day you're making withdrawals, and sleep is your biggest deposit. It's no surprise that long term, the chronic sleep debt is linked to higher risks of serious health issues like heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. Breaking the cycle isn't about white knuckling it. It's tackling the real reason you're staying up, that unmet need for personal time. Here are 3 steps that completely changed that game for me. First thing is first. Stop beating yourself up. You literally just found out about this. Now. Your desire for personal time is 100% valid and necessary. The problem isn't the need, it's the timing and the method. Scrolling on your phone until 1 a.m. doesn't actually restore. It's a low quality distraction that keeps your brain buzzing. The real fix is to redefine me time. From a late night act of defiance to a non-negotiable part of your evening. You have to start paying yourself first during your waking hours so you don't feel so desperate at night. Step 2, create a power down hour. One thing's for sure, and that's that you cannot go from 100 miles an hour straight into bed. You'll wreck your bed sheets. And you need that buffer zone. I call it the power down hour. About 1 hour before you're gonna go to sleep, you consciously switch from doing into just being. This becomes your new upgraded me time. The main rule, no screens, okay? It's that blue light, on your device that actually suppresses melatonin and tells your brain it's time to be awake. Instead, this is the hour that generally feels good just to calm down. Maybe read a real book. How about that? Maybe take a warm bath or a warm shower. Do some gentle stretching. Listen to some chill music, maybe a podcast, or do what I'm doing, journal at night, and also create your to-do list for the next day. The point is to do something you actually enjoy that signals to your body and your mind that the day is done. Maybe make your bedroom the place where it's a cool, dark place, not like a dungeon, but somewhere comfortable and somewhere that you want to be. When your wind down is something you look forward to, you're way less likely to look for an escape, being your phone. Step 3, freedom pockets. This is the most powerful step. You have to stop saving all your personal time for when you're already exhausted. Instead, you need to sprinkle in small pockets of freedom throughout your day. I know it sounds impossible at first, but just hear me out. You gotta start small. Maybe you could take a 15-minute walk outside after lunch, without your phone. Or maybe wake up 20 minutes earlier like my wife does and have her time to have coffee and just get herself together before the day begins. You could also block off 30 minutes every day, maybe in the evening, for a hobby that you love doing. By peppering the day with these little freedom pockets, you release the pressure valve. You get to the end of the day and you're already feeling like you've had moments that were just for you. That makes it so much easier. Yeah, it's just easier to embrace the sleep as a restorative gift, not an enemy that you have to fight. You don't need to overhaul your life, just shift where freedom comes from, that's all. These 3 steps, redefining your need, creating the power down hour, and scheduling freedom pockets, they finally allowed me to break that energy debt spiral. And it won't happen overnight for you. But I guarantee you, within a week, you're gonna start feeling a real difference. I was waking up actually feeling rested. The brain fog kind of lifted. And that 3 p.m. slump, you know, the one that I was talking about where something falls right directly on your brain at 3, well, now it's more of a slope rather than that cliff. I also noticed I had more patience and more clarity. And for the first time in quite a long time, I felt like I was running on a surplus of energy rather than a deficit. The idea that our energy nosedives after 40 is a complete total myth. For many of us, the real thief isn't age. It's the habits that we've picked up to cope with our modern day life. Let that one hit home. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me this. Do you stay up late chasing that quiet, or is it a different energy drain that you're experiencing? And if you want more simple changes that restore energy instead of draining it, hit subscribe. We're building a channel for people after 40, one habit at a time. Stay on your path.